discussing the chapter polynomials, and we have got the basic information about polynomials. Even the concept related basic information also we got. And particularly, we focused on finding the zeros of the polynomial, whether it may be linear, quadratic, and cubic. We have come across these. And also, we learned how to find out the zeros of the polynomial using the graph as well. Particularly, we focused on linear polynomial and quadratic polynomial. Then recall, what is the nature of graph of linear polynomial? It is a straight line, right? And the graph of a quadratic polynomial, this is parabola. And the graph of cubic polynomial, just we'll go for taking the curve, even for biquadratic, quintic as well. But our complete focus on the first two, linear and quadratic. Just observe here, I draw x and y axis. Then this is a straight line which represents the graph of linear polynomial. And this straight line has intersected the x-axis at one point only. We can say that a polynomial has 1, 0. If a straight line may be parallel to x-axis or y-axis, in general, it does not intersect at any point on the x-axis. Therefore, this linear polynomial has no zero. Similarly, with respect to quadratic polynomial, its nature is parabola. It may be upright or inverted. If it is upright, it is possible because A is greater than 0. If it is inverted, this is possible if A is less than 0. Then similarly, you can also find out the number of zeros of quadratic polynomial. Same thing, that is the number of points on the x-axis it has intersected. That will give us information about number of zeros. Look here. Again, I have drawn x and y axis. This is the parabola. It has intersected x-axis at two distinct points. We can say that it has 2, 0. Now we can say that it just touches the x-axis. We can say that it has only 1, 0. Then I'll take one more. This parabola does not intersect the x-axis at any point. Therefore, we can say that there's no 0, which means that zeros of such quadratic polynomial cannot be found out. Then we have also come across conditions for obtaining 2 zeros, 1 0, and no zeros. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, nothing but positive, we will get 2 zeros. If b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, we will get only 1 0. Then if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, nothing but negative, then we cannot get any zeros. And we will go for taking some examples for all these. Now, directly I'll move on to exercise questions. Please go for writing. Exercise 2.1. Very simple one. Just you are going to identify the number of zeros. Right. Exercise 2.1. Exercise 2.1. First one. Right. The graph of, let me go on writing. Lakshmi TR. the graph of y equal to p of x are given. Y equal to p of x are given in the figure given below. In the figure given below. Full stop. Find the number of zeros of p of x. Find the number of zeros of p of x in each case. In each case. Yes. They have given total 6 graphs. Let me go for drawing all of them. Yes. Go on drawing with me. First one. Quick as possible. First one. And here I'll draw. Second one. Don't waste your time. Take scale and pencil. Go for drawing quickly. We had 4, then 2 more. If you go on drawing with me, you can finish off it early. So that you have finished. Now you mark. This is x, O, x dash, and y axis is denoted as y O, y dash. Here also, with respect to all the graphs, go for marking all these. X, O, x dash, y O, y dash. As quick as possible. Now, let me go for showing you the actual graph they have given. Let's go for taking one by one. First one. This is first one. It has been given like this. A graph of a polynomial is parallel to x-axis. How many zeros it has? It has no zero, because the graph of the given polynomial has not intersected the x-axis at any point. We can say that number of zeros is 0. Then, and observe the nature of the graph. It is a straight line. Therefore, we can, what type of polynomial it is? It is a linear polynomial. So, right here, number of zeros, right, 0. Or else you may also write no 0. Actually, the type of polynomial has not been mentioned. Let's go for writing. So, as it is a straight line, we can say that it is a linear polynomial. Right. It is a linear polynomial. Now, let me go for taking second one. Yes. Please go for drawing. Observe. Here in the second graph, we have got curved line. Then, and you can also notice that this graph has intersected the x-axis at only one point. Hence, you can say that number of zeros is 1. Number of zeros is 1. Then what type of polynomial it is? So it is a cubic polynomial. right? Not linear. Linear means it will be straight. It is curved, right? Number of zeros. Number of zeros. It is 1. Next, it is a cubic polynomial. Let me go for taking third. Yes. Observe. This is also curved line. See, here we have a curve. Samiksha MS, look at the board. This graph has intersected the x-axis at 3 points. You can notice that this is 1, is second one, this is third one. Hence, you can say that number of zeros is 3, and the type of polynomial is cubic polynomial, right? Number of zeros, it is 3, and it is a cubic polynomial. Let's move on to fourth one. Fourth one, it has been given like this. Observe the nature of the graph. It is upright parabola. Then what type of polynomial it is? This is a quadratic polynomial. Sangamesh, you should also recall with me. So it is a parabola. We can say that it is a quadratic polynomial. And observe the number of zeros. This graph has intersected the x-axis at 2 distinct points. Hence, you can say that it has 2 zeros. That's right. Number of zeros. Number of zeros. It is 2. Next, it is a quadratic polynomial. It is a quadratic polynomial. Next, fifth one. Now, go through that. The nature of the graph with respect to fifth one, it is curve. And you should also observe the number of points on the x-axis where the graph has intersected. How many are there? At how many points it has intersected? Sangamesh, how many? I think you are not able to see. It is 4. You can notice that. This is first one, and this second one, this is third one, and fourth one. You can write that number of zeros. Number of zeros, it is 4. Then what type of polynomial it is? We know that cubic polynomial can have maximum 3 zeros. Here we have 4 zeros. You can say that it is a very good biquadratic polynomial. Right? It is a biquadratic polynomial. Biquadratic polynomial. Next, sixth one. Observe the graph and go on drawing. Go through the graph. Then what is the nature of the graph? This is also a curve. This is a curve. Then, and you have to observe the points on the x-axis where it has intersected and how many. See that this is first one and the second one. This is third one. It has curve has intersected the x-axis at 1 point, and at other 2 points it just touch the x-axis, you can say that there are 3 zeros. Because of this, do you say that it is a cubic polynomial? No, you cannot. See, cubic polynomial, the nature of the graph will be like this. Here, you can notice that if it is taken down, it will intersect at second point, then third point, next it rises. 4th point, 5th point. Is it not? Hence, you can say that it is a quintic polynomial. Right. Number of zeros, it is 3. And it is a quintic polynomial. It is a quintic polynomial. Only one problem is there in this. So the exercise 2.1 has been completed. Now we are moving to the next concept of this chapter. Look here. Dear students, we are very familiar with the general form of linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, then biquadratic, quintic, many are there. So let's focus on the first 3. Then what is it? Just to recall the general form of linear polynomial. It is ax plus b. And quadratic polynomial, ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. Cubic polynomial, ax square plus bx, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0. In all the cases, a is not equal to 0. And we also know that the number of zeros with respect to each of these polynomials, the maximum number of zeros that are obtained by a linear polynomial is, it is 1. Whereas quadratic polynomial, it can have 2 zeros. Cubic polynomial, it can have 3 zeros. Similarly, other polynomial depends on their degree. If degree 4, there will be 4 zeros and so on. And usually, we will go for representing these zeros by using Greek symbols. Hope that you are very familiar with these Greek symbols. They are. Hope that you have heard about alpha, very good, beta, gamma, delta, theta, zeta, iota, epsilon exist, is it not? So you have already come across these symbols in your previous classes as well, but not solved any problems on these. But you have come across these words as well: alpha, beta, gamma, alpha rays, beta rays, gamma rays, delta rays, is it not? So look here. I'll go for showing the symbols of these. Observe. Alpha will be written like this. This is alpha. Next, observe the way I'm writing the beta. This is beta. Some will go for writing like this. It is wrong way of writing. Beta should be started from down here, like beta. Next, gamma. Gamma should be like this. Next, delta. This is. Once you observe, this is alpha, this is beta, is gamma, and this is delta. So these are the symbols which are used to represent the zeros. Here, linear polynomial has only 1 zero, hence it is represented by only the symbol called alpha. Quadratic polynomial has two zeros. Therefore, the zeros are to be represented by alpha and beta. Cubic polynomial has three zeros. They are to be represented by three symbols. They are, one is alpha, second one is beta, third one is gamma. Clear up? Now come across first one. Look at ax plus b. This is the linear polynomial. You know that how to find out zeros of all these. Even we have learned how to find out the zero of the linear polynomial ax plus b. Once we shall recall that. Okay. Ax plus b. This is the polynomial. As we are going to find out its zero, it is to be equated to 0. Then let's go for solving x. All right, ax that is equal to transfer b to the right hand side. It will be minus b. Then x is equal to minus b by a. A is transposed to the denominator. Followed. Here we take this x as alpha, that is a 0. It is a 0. Alpha is equal to minus b by a. Alpha is a 0. What do you say about a and b? Go through this linear polynomial. You know that a and b are called coefficients. If you come across quadratic, a, b and c are coefficients. Followed? Yes. Look here. This is 0 and these two are coefficients. So from this statement, we can come to know that there is a relationship between 0 of linear polynomial and the coefficients. If we come across quadratic polynomial, there is a relationship among zeros, alpha and beta, and the coefficients a, b, and c. Here also, when you come across the cubic polynomial, there is a relationship among zeros, alpha, beta, and gamma, and the coefficients a, b, c, and d. Anyhow, we have come across the relationship between 0 and coefficients of linear polynomial. This is. But what about quadratic and cubic? So in today's class, we will go for finding the relationship among zeros and coefficients. Followed? Yes, it is Spandana. You are right. C by A. You are writing alpha into beta is C by A. It is right. But how can we get that? Let me go for.
Sir, unmute your audio.
Okay, right sided in relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. For constant polynomial, no zero. Right sided in relationship between zeros and coefficient of polynomial.
B. Suraj Chandra, do you have been writing or sitting simply? B. Suraj Chandra, roll number 152.
relationship between zeros and coefficients. Coefficient. It should be coefficients of a polynomial. In that, let me go for taking the first one. It is linear polynomial. Right. Linear polynomial. Dear students, just observe here. Let me show you how to find out the zeros of, relationship between zeros and coefficients of this linear polynomial. You are very familiar with the general form of linear polynomial. The general form is, it is ax plus b. Don't copy, just observe the book. Ax plus b. Then here coefficient a is there. I am going to divide this statement by a. As we are going to find out the zero, it is to be equated to 0. Then on dividing both sides by a, you will get x plus b by a is equal to 0 by a is 0. Followed? I call this as statement 1. Next, as you are going to find out the relationship between zeros and coefficient, I am going to assume the coefficient 0 as alpha. Let x is equal to alpha. Then take alpha to the left hand side. It will be x minus alpha is equal to 0. I call it as statement 2 or equation 2. Observe. Compare both the equations. In place of minus alpha, on comparing 1 and 2, you can write minus alpha is equal to b by a. Then alpha is equal to minus b by a. So this is the relationship between zero and coefficients. Did you understand? Usually they won't ask you to find out, just only for the sake of knowledge. I'm telling you how, I'm teaching you that how can we get to this relationship. Alpha is equal to minus b by a. Even we can write directly ax plus b is equal to 0, ax equal to minus b, x equal to minus b by a. This is also right. But I have been teaching this method because this type is also applicable to find out the zeros of quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial with their coefficients. Are you following? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sir, why we should have to divide by A
Yes,
only,
sir.
sir? We can divide by B also is no, sir.
Here, you are asking right only. Why we should go for dividing this by A only? Why not by B? Let me give you the reason. Look here, we have assumed the 0 as alpha. And taking alpha to the left hand side, it becomes minus alpha. That's equal to 0. What is the coefficient of x here? It is 1. Here, if I want to compare, here also there must be coefficient 1. To get that coefficient 1, we will go for dividing both sides by a. Understood? Understood?
Okay.
Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
No.
No. Okay. Yes, please go on writing. Write the general form. Go on writing it. It is ax plus b, where a is not equal to 0. Written up. Now let us go for assuming the 0. That is, let x is equal to alpha. Here finding the 0 means you are going to find out the value of x. So that is why I have taken x equal to alpha. Why we have taken alpha only? Because it is a linear polynomial.
Linear polynomial.
Linear polynomial has 1 0, that is alpha. If 2 zeros are there, alpha and beta. I have already explained that. Next, take alpha to the left hand side. X minus alpha is equal to 0. You may call this as statement 1.
Sir, x is equal to alpha, x minus alpha is equal to 0 only, sir.
The alpha na ನೀವು left it ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ right side ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಉಳಿಯುತ್ತೆ? Nothing. So that it is 0.
Sir, statement x is equal to alpha is there, no sir? X minus alpha is also 0, no sir?
That is only x equal to alpha. This alpha has been taken to the left hand side. Therefore, it has become minus alpha. And on RHS side, nothing is there. Therefore, it is 0. Next, I am going to take the given polynomial. Given polynomial is ax plus b. Let us equate this to 0. I've been writing this now. The reason is, earlier one student has asked, sir, why should we divide this by a only? Now, to observe, your coefficient is 1. I want coefficient 1. Here, that is why, if I want to get coefficient 1, a should be removed. To remove that, I go for dividing both sides by a. Then write a by a, it is x. Then b by a is equal to 0. Call it as equation 2. Now you write on comparing 1 and 2. It will be like this. Observe, ax plus b is equal to x plus b by x minus alpha. Equation 2 is x plus b by a. Now just I am going to equate the coefficients. On equating coefficients, minus alpha equal to b by a. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆನಾ?
Yes, sir.
Sir, how there x comes?
Yes, should speak
How there
loudly.
Sir, how there x will come there? Sir, in the zero value.
Where?
In the zero value, x plus b by a is equal to 0.
This is, look at
Yes, sir.
ax plus b is equal to 0. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Next, here a is there. I'm going to divide all the terms by a. Then this will be ax by a plus b by a equal to 0 by a. A get cancelled. X will remain. Now it is x. Then b by a as it is equal to 0 by a. 0 by anything is 0. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Then you get. I'll make you to recall one concept that you had learnt in last year. Observe. That is, suppose a plus root 2 plus 3 into root 5 is equal to a plus b root 5. Last year, you had learnt one concept that rationalize the denominator, then simplify.
And
After that, you should find out the values of a and b.
It's of a and b.
Final answer. ನಾನು ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬಂದಾಗ then what you do? You'll go for taking the coefficients. You know, a ಇದೆ. In place of a, root 2. We write a is equal to root 2. Then here root 5, you won't consider that. Then you'll consider only coefficient. Here b, here coefficient is 3. b is equal to 3. In the same way, here also, you know, and comparing these two, you'll come to know that x minus alpha is equal, x minus alpha equal to x plus b by a. Now, minus alpha equal to b by a. Then alpha is equal to minus b by. Did you understand?
Sir,
Understood?
how minus symbol trans?
Repeatedly, I've been telling these steps are not necessary. Only to make you to have the good knowledge about getting the relationship between zeros and coefficient, I've been giving these steps. Now write with me. Write with me. It is x minus alpha is equal to x plus b by a. Then minus alpha is equal to b by a. Then alpha is equal to minus b by a. If you are interested in, you can just remember these steps. Alpha is equal to minus b by a. It is the relationship between zero and coefficients with respect to linear polynomial. Now, shall we move on to quadratic? Shall we move on to quadratic?
Yes, sir.
Right. Second. Right. Quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Dear students, you are very familiar with its general form. Please go on writing with me. Write with me. It is ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. Followed? Chandana? Artha agtidenamma? Yes, good girl. And Varsha MS? Okay. Igenu baribedi. Just look at them. Vishnu, stop writing. Just look at them. Afterwards, I'll go for writing. In that time, you can also write with me. Ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general form of quadratic polynomial. Now we have to find out the relationship among zeros and coefficients. Then what will be the zeros of this quadratic polynomial? Alpha and beta. Alpha, because it has two zeros. It has two zeros. One is alpha and another one is beta. I take that x is equal to alpha and x is equal to beta. Then take alpha to the left hand side. X minus alpha equal to 0. Then x minus beta equal to 0. Then take both. On taking both, we can write x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0. Got it? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No doubt. Okay. Now let us go for simplifying this. Here, multiply x with both the terms. X into x, x square. X into minus beta x. Multiply minus alpha with both. Minus alpha into x, minus alpha x. Minus alpha into minus beta plus alpha beta equal to 0. Clear? Oh, okay. Now, here x square, I'll go for taking common factor from these two. You know, x is the common in it. So I can take minus x as common factor. You get beta plus alpha. Beta plus alpha. Then plus alpha beta equal to 0. You can also rewrite this as x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta equal to 0. Clear? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I call this as equation 1. Whenever I ask you the question related to yes or no, if it is yes, upright thumb, no, inverted. Okay, please do follow that. This is equation 1. Now I go for taking the general form. Ax square plus bx plus c. This is the polynomial. As we are going to find out the 0, let me go for equating this to 0. You know, coefficient of x square 1 is there. I want 1. Now you tell what should be done. Nivele, nan kelskoltene. Of course, you cannot unmute, but I can understand by observing your lips movement. What should be done? We have to divide both sides by a. Let me divide both sides by a. Then it will be ax square by a is nothing but x square. Then bx by a, it is nothing but b by a into x plus c by a. That is equal 0 by a is 0. Let me go for calling it as equation 2. You know, compare what I'm comparing 1 and 2. Observe. Let me take coefficient of x. It is minus of alpha plus beta. Alva? Now, let me take coefficient of x here. It is b by a. I take only alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is minus b by. Did you understand? Okay. Don't think that whether it comes for examination or not. Nimige knowledge irbeku. How can we get the relationship between zeros and coefficient? Examination point of view, this is important. Marks beku andre idu. Marks plus knowledge beku andre from there. Do you want marks only? Only marks plus knowledge. Only marks or knowledge, both. Yes. For that purpose only, I'm giving this information. Next, ignore. I go for taking the last one. Constant. This is alpha into beta. Alpha into beta. Then, in place of that, c by a is there. Please don't copy. These two are the statements which give the relationship among zeros and coefficients. In first, there are two possibilities. One possibility, we have added the zeros. It is called sum of zeros. And here alpha into beta is called product of zeros. Got it? Nishka? Okay. Oh, look at sum of zeros is minus b by a. And product of zeros is c by a. These are the two statements which give the relationship among zeros and coefficients. Followed? Now, please go on writing with me.
Sir, repeat again, sir.
Oh, I go for explaining. Right, sir? Should go on writing with me. As it is a quadratic polynomial, it has two zeros. Now we are going to assume these two zeros as alpha and beta. Right. Let x equal to alpha and x equal to beta. These are the two zeros. Next, transfer alpha to the left hand side, beta to the left hand side. It will be x minus alpha equal to 0. And x minus beta equal to 0. Take both the statements together. You can write it as x minus alpha into x minus beta, which is equal to 0. Now multiply x with x and beta. X into x, x square, x into minus beta, minus beta x. Next, multiply minus alpha with both. Minus alpha into x, minus alpha x. Here, minus into minus, plus alpha into beta is alpha beta is equal to 0. Here, x square. In these two terms, x is common factor. You may take out minus x as common factor. I'm writing it directly, my remaining term. Minus alpha, beta plus alpha can also be written as alpha plus beta into x. Minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. This is equal to 0. Call it as statement or equation 1. Next, let us go for using the given quadratic polynomial, that is ax square plus bx plus c. As we are going to find out the zeros, let us equate that to 0. Coefficient of x square should be 1. That is why let us divide both sides by a. Then it becomes x square plus b by a into x plus c by a is equal to 0 by a is 0. Call it as equation 2. On comparing the coefficients from both the equations, I'll just write like this. On comparing equations or statements 1 and 2, we can write minus of alpha plus beta. That is the coefficient of x. Here I take the coefficient of x is b by a. Then alpha plus beta is equal to b by a. Next, I'll compare the constants.
B by A, sir.
Here, alpha into beta. Here the constant is c by a. Alpha into beta.
Sir, minus
is
b by
equal
a.
to c by a.
Sir, minus.
Alpha into beta equal to c by a. These are the two important relationships. Each of these two will give the relationship among zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomial. Over. Finished?
Wait, sir.
Okay.
Wait, sir, please.
Now let's move on to cubic. This time cubic. With my explanation, I'll write, and along with me, you should also write. Right.
So one more side, don't erase.
Third one, it is cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. Yes. Right. First, general form. Go on writing with me. Cubic polynomial. It is a cube plus bx square plus cx plus d equal to, sorry, where a is not equal to 0. Spurti, how many zeros does it have? 1, 2, 3.
3 zeros, sir.
3, sir.
Spurti, BR. 3 zeros. Very good. And these 3 zeros are to be taken as alpha, beta, and gamma. Right? Is it not? Okay. Now, write the 3 zeros are. Let x equal to alpha, x equal to beta, and x equal to gamma. X equal to gamma. Then transfer alpha to the left hand side, beta to the left hand side, and gamma to the left hand side. Then it will be x minus alpha equal to 0, x minus beta equal to 0, x minus gamma equal to 0. Let us take all the 3 statements together. Then we can write x minus alpha into x minus beta into x minus gamma. This is equal to 0. Understood? Spurti.
Shankar
Okay.
145. Shankar 145. Show me your writing work. Show me your writing work. Where you are writing? Shankar 145. Where is your work? Show me. So where you sat and where you come. So it should not be again. It should not be continue again. Sit in a place. Sir, continue, sir. Sorry.
Okay. Dear students, just by observing only LHF part, can we recall an identity? Yes or no? Then what is that identity which I learned in 9th standard? It
X
is
plus A into X plus B into
very
X
good.
plus B.
X plus A into X plus B into X plus C. Don't read, just observe. It can be written as X cube plus half. Yes, A plus B plus C into X square plus half. AB plus BC plus CA into X plus ABC. Do you all remember? NP
Yes, sir.
last year,
Yes, sir.
2020.
Sir.
Very good, very good. Not it is very long back, just last year. Okay. Now, let us, as left hand side is of this form. Let us go for writing in this way. Here, in place of A, minus alpha is there, in place of B, minus beta, in place of C, minus gamma is there. Go on writing. That's equal to x cube as it is, x cube plus A plus B plus C into x square. Here, minus alpha minus beta minus gamma into x square. Then plus, observe, AB plus BC plus C, nothing but minus alpha into minus beta, here minus beta into minus gamma into minus alpha, right? Minus alpha into minus beta plus BC minus beta into minus gamma plus minus gamma into minus alpha into x. Then plus ABC. ABC. A is minus alpha, B is minus beta, and C is minus gamma. Did you understand? Jayant KA. Jayant, did you understand? Okay. And Sneha AP? Yes, good. Savanu? Yes. Tanmay Andanur? Tanmay Andanur? Okay.
Sir.
Vinay J. Okay. Okay. Then we shall go for simplifying. Now it is x cube. Please write with me. Okay. Here minus alpha, minus beta, minus gamma. I'll take minus as common factor. Minus 1 as common factor. It will be minus of alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square. Then plus, observe these two terms, minus alpha into minus beta. Here minus is there, here also minus. Minus into minus plus.
Plus.
So it will be just alpha beta. Similarly, minus beta into minus gamma is plus beta gamma. Then minus gamma into minus alpha, it is plus gamma alpha into x. Written up. Okay, next. Last one. Minus alpha into minus beta into minus gamma. Minus into minus plus, plus into minus minus. There are odd number of minus signs. Hence you get minus. Alpha into beta into gamma is alpha beta gamma. This is equal to 0. You may call it as equation 1. Over? Over?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tejas B. Kunda J. Finished? Okay. Then Madhulika. Finished? Okay. Deepak LP. Deepak LP. Finished? Oh, goodbye. Goodbye. Have good energy. Deepasri. Okay, good girl. And Spurti A. Okay. Yes. Now we got equation 1. Let me go for taking the general form of cubic polynomial. Please write with me. It is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Equate this to 0. Here, coefficient of x cube is 1. So to get the coefficient of x cube as 1, let us go for dividing both sides by a. Observe and write. It will be ax cube by a is just x cube. Bx square by a is b by a x square plus cx by a, it is c by a into x plus d by a, which is equal to 0 by a is nothing but 0. Call it as equation 2. Now let us go for comparing the coefficients with respect to equation 1 and 2. Right. On comparing 1 and 2, coefficient of x cube is 1. There is also 1. No need to go for taking. Let us compare the coefficient of x square. Here, x square is, just observe. Look here, look here. Krish, observe. Coefficient of x square, minus of alpha plus beta plus gamma. Right. Minus of alpha plus beta plus gamma. This is equal. Here, coefficient of x square is b by a. And this can be written as alpha plus beta plus gamma. Minus sign is there. Here, it will be minus b by. This is one relationship. Next, another possibility. That is coefficient of x. Observe. Coefficient of x is Right? Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. Here, coefficient of x is, this is C by A. This is second relationship. Next, we have one more possibility. Go for equating the constants. Here, constant is minus alpha beta gamma. Here, constant is d by a. This will be alpha beta gamma. It is equal to minus d by a. Followed? Okay. Yes, yes. So that's it. We will also go for using it. Look here. Now we can take any one of these to show the relationship among zeros and coefficients of cubic polynomial. Each of these three will represent that. Look here. First one, alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to minus b by a. It is sum of zeros. Sum of zeros of cubic polynomial is minus b by a. Got it? Next, this is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equal to c by a. This can be read as the sum of zeros, two zeros taken together. Okay, here 2 0, alpha beta 2 0, beta gamma 2 zeros, gamma alpha 2 0. The sum of two zeros taken together, it is c by a. Whereas alpha beta gamma is minus b by a. This is product of zeros. Sum of zeros, product of zeros, sum of two zeros taken together. Or else you can also read like this: sum of the product of two zeros taken together. It is c by a. You have to remember all these 6 relationships. First, regarding linear polynomial, alpha equal to minus b by a. Quadratic polynomial, alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a, alpha into beta equal to c by a. Cubic polynomial, alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to minus b by a, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equal to c by a, alpha into beta into gamma is minus b by a. Adishtu. Once again, let's go for writing all these points once. Right. Note. Right. Note. Right. First, regarding linear polynomial, alpha equal to minus b by. Next, second, quadratic polynomial. In that first relationship, it is alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a. Then another relationship, alpha into beta equal to c by a. Third, cubic polynomial. In that there are 3 cases, 3 relationships. One is alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus b by a. Next, second relationship, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is c by a. Next, third relationship, alpha into beta into gamma is minus d by a. Those who are expecting just information for the examination point of view, you can remember this much only. If you want to enhance your knowledge, you can go through the previous steps what we followed to find out these relationships. Students, now we are going to solve the problems on these. First, I'll focus on quadratic polynomial. Right. Worked examples. Side heading, worked examples. Worked examples. First, this main is very important in the examination point of view. You can put 3-star mark. Kundan, right. Question is, I'll take first one from the textbook only. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials. The following quadratic polynomials. Put comma and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. Exam same question. Find the zeros of the polynomial and verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients. In that, first, I take very simple. Nimige familiar irode tagtide. It is x square plus 5x plus 6. All are positive only. So you find it very easy to solve. X square plus 5x plus 6. Just listen. Listen. For the examination point of view, you can expect a statement like this with coefficients as real numbers, like root numbers irutala. Agle nimage munchene kottidini. Aa reeti idena nimage ನೀವು expect ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ to make you to understand in the easiest way, I have taken this simple statement, simple quadratic polynomial. Yes. Right. There are two sub questions. First sub question is find the zeros. Let us go for finding the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. X square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. And one thing you must notice that when you are finding, you have to check that whether the terms are in, whether the polynomial in standard form or not. Adu standard form illa andre aa reeti barkobeku. Now, given polynomial is in standard form, we have written this as it is. Next, let us go for splitting the middle term. And before that, multiply first and last term. Here is 1, here is 6. 1 6 are, it is 6. You can write it directly. Middle term is 5.
3 and 2.
3 and 2.
Factor
3 and 2.
2 and 3 are 3 and 2.
2 and
2 and 3. 2 3s are 6. 2 plus 3, 5. Right. It is x square plus 5x is written as 2x plus 3x. 2x plus 3x plus 6 equal to 0. group them and take the common factor. In the first group, x is common factor. It will be x plus 2. Then here 3 is common factor. This is x plus 2 equal to 0. In the whole statement, x plus 2 is common factor. I'll write it. X plus 2 remaining x plus 2. X plus 3 is equal to 0. As we are going to find out the zeros, let us go for equating each of these to 0. X plus 2 equal to 0 and x plus 3 equal to 0. Then x is equal to transform 2 to the right hand side. You get
-2.
and here 3 to the right hand side. You get -3.
-3.
Your first sub question ge conclusion. Therefore, see, they are asking you to find out the zeros. Therefore, the zeros are -2 and -3. We have answered for first sub question. Now let us focus on second sub question. Verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients. Please stop writing. Now you observe. Dear students, you know that it is a quadratic polynomial. And the relationship between zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomial, we have already come across. It is alpha plus beta is -3 by a, and another one is alpha into beta equal to
C by A.
Among these two, you can go for verifying any one. Or if you want, you can verify both also. That means we have to check whether alpha plus beta is equal to -b by a or not. Similarly, whether alpha into beta is equal to c by a or not. That should be checked. Now, right. What should be written?
Verification.
Verify them. That is why should write verification. Verification, right? Verification. Now, observe. If you want to verify, you must know zeros. Coefficients. Zeros equal find out money. One is -2 and another one is -3. So let us take them as alpha and beta. Let alpha equal to -2 and beta is equal to -3. These are the two zeros. Next we want coefficients. Coefficients maker one. The coefficients are A, B and C. What is A?
1,
1. B,
5,
3.
6.
ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. It is of the form ax square plus bx plus c. A place ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಇದೆ, B place ಅಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಇದೆ, and in place of c 6 is there. ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೆಯೋಣ. Right. A is equal to 1, B equal to 5 and C equal to 6. Both zeros as well as coefficient. Now we have to verify them. Now one statement. First let us check whether alpha plus beta equal to this is equal to -b by a or not. Hangagi here right LHS part with respect to first relationship. It is alpha plus beta, where alpha is -2 plus beta is
-3.
Now, this is equal. -2 -5 -3 is -5. We got LHS as -5. I take RHS part. RHS is -b by a. Minus b by a. It is in minus in it. I'll write minus as it is. B by a, where b is 5,
5 by
a
1.
is 1. So 5 by 1. This is equal to
Minus
-5.
1.
Okay. LHS is -5. RHS is also -5. LHS equal to RHS, which means that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Hence it is verified. ನೀವು ಇದು ಒಂದನ್ನೇ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Or else, even if you want to one more, you can go for that also. Alpha into beta equal to c by a. Let me go for verifying that also. Before that, one information will be given. ಕೆಲವು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Some students will go for committing the mistakes in verification. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ alpha plus beta equal to minus b by ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಾರೆ. Then alpha is -2, beta is -3 equal to minus b by a is 5 by 1 -5 equal to minus. Hence it is verified. Is it correct? Do
No,
you think
sir.
that it is
Sir,
correct?
plus.
No, sir.
ಯಾಕೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Now we are actually verifying that whether this part equal to this part. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನೀವು ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ there will be no meaning at all. ನೀವು ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ರೆ no need to go for verifying also. Got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
So, understood?
Yes, sir.
Ritu or Lokunde? Yes, good girl. Nilesh?
Yes, sir.
Understood? Yes, good boy. Mukta? Kundan? Okay, good. Then Varsha HR? Yes. Swaroop? Understood? Yes. Then Pranav. Okay. Let's go for verifying another one also. That is alpha into beta. Product of zeros. Right. I'll take LHS part. LHS is product of zeros. That is alpha into beta. Where alpha is minus and beta is minus. -2 into -3 is +6. Let me take RHS part. RHS is C by A, where C is 6, A is 1, 6 by 1 is 6.
6.
LHS is 6, RHS is also 6. LHS equal to RHS. Hence, it is verified. Hence, it is verified. Written up. Let me go for taking another one quick as possible. Second one. It is. Again, I have been giving simple one. X square plus 7x plus 10. X square plus 7x plus 10. First check whether it is in standard form or not. Naksha, is it in standard
Yes.
form? Yes. So write this. Applicable. X square plus 7x plus 10. As we are going to find out the zero, hence equate this to 0. Splitting the middle term. 5 2s are 10, 5 plus
10.
2, 7. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ 5x plus 2x plus 10 equal to 0. Then take common factor. X into x plus 5 plus 2 into x plus 5, which is equal to 0. Next. Right. X plus 5 is common factor. X plus 5 into x plus 2, that is equal to 0. Then find out x in each case. X plus 5 should be equal to 0 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. X equal to minus 5, x equal to minus 2. Therefore, the zeros are minus 5 and minus 2. Now you write verification. Right. Alpha is minus 5.
Minus 5.
Beta minus 2 on the top. Then the coefficients A, B, and C are A is 1, B is
7.
7,
B is
10.
10.
10. Then check first statement. That is, you are going to check whether alpha plus beta equal to minus b by. Alpha plus beta. Alpha is minus 5. Beta is minus 2. This will be minus 7. Take RHS part. Minus b by a. Minus how? Where b is 7. A is 1. 7 by 1 is 7. It will be minus 7. LHS equal to RHS. That is because LHS is minus 7. RHS is also minus 7. If you want, you can verify. Next statement also. Right. R. LHS equal to alpha into beta. When alpha is minus 1. Beta is minus 2. Minus into minus plus. 5 2s are
Plus 10.
10.
Take RHS. RHS is C by A, where C is 10. A is 1. 10 by 1 is 10. LHS is 10. RHS also 10. Vijay Lakshmi, have you finished? Okay. Both LHS and RHS are equal. Hence, it is proved.
Sir, explain again, sir, once again.
Which one? From first, huh?
Yes, sir.
This is the given polynomial. First, it should be written in the standard form. Then it should be equated to 0. Factorize this by splitting the middle term. So multiply first and last term, you'll get 10. Middle term is 7. Find out the factors of 10 such that when you multiply, you should get 10. When you simplify, you should get 7. Okay, now 5 and 2 are the third. 5 2s are 10, 5 plus 2 7. So in place of 7x, we have written 5x plus 2x. Group them by taking two terms. Here, first group, x is common factor, remaining x plus 5. Because x into x square, x into 5, 5. In second group, 2 is the common factor. 2 into x, 2x, 2 5s are 10. Then, in the whole statement, x plus 5 is common factor. Remaining x plus 2, that's equal to 0. Equate each term to 0. X plus 5 equal to 0, then x plus 2 equal to 0. Next, x equal to minus 1. And similarly, here, transfer 2 to the right hand side. X equal to minus 2. Next, these are the zeros. We have written that conclusion. Next, we have to verify the relationship between zeros and coefficient. So for verification, we need zeros. These are zeros. Alpha is -5, beta is -5. Then coefficients. A, B, and C. Vijeta. A is 1, B is 7, C is 10. We have written there. First statement, alpha plus beta equal to minus b by. In that I have taken LHS one. LHS equal to alpha plus beta. Alpha is -5, beta is minus. On simplifying, you get -1. Then RHS minus b by minus r, where b is 7, a is 1, 7 by 1. 7 by 1 is 7. Here minus sign is -7. Alpha plus beta is -7. Alpha into beta is also -7. Hence they are equal. And second statement that you can verify is alpha into beta equal to C by A. So LHS alpha into beta, where alpha is -5, beta is -2. -5 into -2 is +10. Then RHS C by A. C by A. C is 10. A is 1. So 10 by 1. 10 by 1 is 10. LHS is 10. RHS is also 10. Both are equal. Got it? Pranav, you had asked me, sir, how much marks it will be asked? It will be asked for 3 marks. 3 marks. Amruta is Bellude. Got it? For how much marks it is?
3 marks, sir.
Good girl. 3 marks. Even ಹೆಂಗೆ divide ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಂದ್ರೆ 1.5 marks for finding the zeros, 1.5 marks for verification. Like this. Got it?
Sir, we should verify in both two formulas, sir, only one.
Anyone. ನಾನು ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. Both the statement will give the relationship among zeros and coefficient. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ you may verify only first one or only second one. If you want, you can verify both also. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು or ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Either first one or second one. Okay. Just don't try, just observe. Here 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. This is the given polynomial. We have to verify the relationship and also, sorry, we have to find out the zeros and verify the relationship. What is the first step to be followed? How do you write?
Please convert to standard form.
Standard form.
Tumba important andre, it should be written in standard form. Actually, it is not in standard form. It can be written as 6x square minus 7x minus 3. Vandana neeve try ಮಾಡಿ. Okay, not now. We are home. Tomorrow regarding. Okay. Vaishnav, I'll give you information. Dear students, you know that tomorrow you have first periodic test. I had already informed earlier only. First periodic test and mathematics syllabus is real numbers, full chapter, including additional problems, and science, electricity chapter. And each will be conducted for 25 marks. Timings, that information will be given within 12 o'clock. Probably it will be after 7 or 8 only. But both will not be given at a time. There will be a gap for first, if I conduct maths first, then there will be gap for science or ETR. Followed. First periodic test, each subject for 25 marks. Maths syllabus says real numbers.
Mummy.
Who is that mommy?
Anup Kumar CH. Mummy, after you call.
Listen. And the science syllabus, it is electricity. Please practice that as good as possible. Okay. And even parent teacher meeting regarding parent teacher students, including you all. So that information will also be given within 12 o'clock. Okay. So with this, let us stop the class. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.